Hey guys, I'm Pascal from Orange Pixel, and this week's episode is a compilation of my whole week leading up to a beta release by the end of the week. I'm doing a public beta for Gunslight Rogue Tactics, which basically means a bunch of people are going to play my game for the first time. I know this is a small step for gamers, but it's a huge step for a game developer. I've been working on this game for so long. It's not done yet. I know there's still a bunch of stuff that needs to be done, but I am going to show it to the audience just to get some feedback on it, just see what people think about it, and if I'm in the right path, yes or no, and hopefully also get a lot of people interested in the game for when it's done and released. Which basically means that the rest of this video will be steps throughout the week. So I need to create a beta, upload it, get it ready for it, and then release the beta on Friday. And then when the beta is available, I hope that people will give me feedback and ideas and things like that. So I'm also going to include that in the video. So by the time this video ends, you should have a nice idea how this all goes. And this is just a beta release. This isn't even the final release, because then we're going to go through everything again, but on an even bigger scale, I hope, at least. And then there's the mobile release and hopefully at some point a console release or something. So this is just phase 1, and after that there's phase 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just see if we can survive phase 1 and release a beta version. And oh boy, can we fast forward the video? You can fast forward the video. Right now I have no idea how this week is gonna turn out. So let's just watch it. Alright, good morning. It's Tuesday morning right now. You might notice I'm actually not at the studio. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and if you have not watched previous videos, then you're like, why? And if you have watched previous videos, you'll know that this is really the place where I usually work. It's got a great flow and everything. Anyway, it's currently Tuesday morning, which means I have a few more days before Gunslight Rogue Tactics beta goes live to, I think, about 100 beta testers right now, which means today I'm just gonna test the game a few more times, and then I'll basically upload it and have it ready. Everything else I do this week won't touch this version, because this version should be solid right now. It shouldn't have weird bugs or anything happening, and I have a bunch of new ideas I want to add the rest of the week, but they're not going to be in this version. Even bugs that I run into won't be fixed in this version. I just want to have a full working version ready for Friday when I press the button and let everybody play. So right now what it means is I'm going to test the game a few more times. The beta version will have only the first 2 worlds, so it's not a lot of playtime, and I know what I'm doing in this game. So it's just running through the game a few more times and make sure everything is really working, at least good enough for a beta version, good enough for people to enjoy it. Alright, so there are still a few deal-breaking bugs. One in particular, if you get into a specific vehicle, it seems to lock up and you can't get out of the vehicle, you can't shoot, you can't do anything, which is an annoying bug, and I know people will encounter it most likely in a beta, so I'm just gonna fix that one, because I don't want 100 people telling me there's a bug with the vehicle, because I already know about it. So I'm just gonna fix it, because I don't think it's very hard. There are a few minor little things as well. I'm gonna change and tweak them a little bit, just to make sure that those things don't happen. And then we should be set to go. Everything else works and runs. So just a little bit of programming and then uploading the game. Alright, bug fixed. There are still a few things, but I'm not gonna fix those. Like I said, I don't want to do too much to this beta version. It's pretty stable, and this bug just needed fixing, because it would lock up the complete game, or at least have the player quit the game or quit the current game in order to continue and play test. So, and I know players were gonna do this, so it needed fixing and it's fixed now, leaving us with just uploading the game to the Discord servers. And now that the upload is done, all that's left for me is create a beta channel, keep it hidden until Friday, but I need to be able to access it myself so I can at least test the download on the Mac and the Windows version. So it could still go wrong if I don't do the right management on the server correctly. So then it would be wrong management. But I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. Pretty sure. 99.9% sure I'm gonna do it right. Anyway, the rest of the day is gonna be working on the game because this is just a beta version. There's still content that needs to be added, bugs that need to be fixed. So I'm gonna work on the next version while this version stays safely available for Friday. And everything I screw up in the coming days won't be in the beta, which is good to know and always fun to know. So that brings us to the end of the Tuesday. And straight into Friday. Alright, so I'm gonna put the beta live right now, which is, sorry if this is gonna be an anti-climax because it's really nothing more than just this. And that's it. The channel was already there, as I explained. I did that last Tuesday, just a few minutes ago for you. All I needed to do now was give the beta testers the right to actually see the channel and read the channel and then be able to download it. And now I'm just gonna sit here and watch people ask me questions, which is like why is it not installing and where is it and things like that. I noticed Discord isn't really clear on everything, so if you press add to my library or download to my library, it doesn't really bring you to that library, so most people are now wondering where is it. And I had that same problem when I tried it and tested it out the first time. You need to click on the Discord icon and then there's your library and there's the game. If you press download, it should immediately take you to the library where the game is. But anyway, I'm gonna explain it to everybody who doesn't get it. Also had somebody trying it on mobile. It doesn't show up on mobile. So I'm gonna post a few messages here and there and hopefully everybody will read it or other people will help me explain it to other people so that it won't take up all day for me. The next step I'm gonna do is actually release a Patreon build because this is the beta version and in the last couple of days, I didn't record it but I already fixed a bunch of stuff. I changed a few things, so there's a new build available and I'm gonna give it to the patrons already. And then the next phase is gonna be watching the results of this test, see what people come up with. I'm not gonna fix everything people mention, but if multiple people mention something, it's probably a reason to change it or fix it or whatever. So that's it for this Friday's update, I guess. We're just gonna let people play it today, tomorrow and on Sunday. And then I'll get back to you on Monday or Tuesday, which luckily for you would be after this. Alrighty, the beta is over and not a lot of issues, not a lot of big issues. The one, like I mentioned, Discord, it's not very clear if you install something to your library, where exactly it ends up and where the library is. That's mostly because I guess not a lot of gamers use Discord yet for buying or downloading games. Not really an issue with the game, not just made the beta a little bit more difficult because I had to explain this to a bunch of gamers, and even if I put it in various channels and highlight it, I still have to explain it. So that's just a minor thing. One other big thing was on Friday somebody mentioned there was a antivirus warning from Bitdefender on the game. That kind of scared me, even though I'm 100% sure it's impossible that this game has a virus for main reason, and don't worry, I fixed everything. It can't have a virus because it gets generated on my Mac, so a Windows virus can't run on my Mac. Even if it does, the game never got booted. It got generated from code, obviously, uploaded to Discord, and nobody touched the file until it gets downloaded and installed. So I was 100% sure it was safe, but still having people getting this message from antivirus or Bitdefender in this case was just not really what I was hoping for. So I quickly figured out that the problem was mostly due with the Discord DRM stuff that's run over it. Again, this is code being generated, but it does a lot of funky stuff, obviously, because it's a launcher on top of a launcher that launches another launcher, and I guess that's really what spooked the Bitdefender and possibly other antivirus. For me, the DRM from Discord really didn't work in my test, so I already had my own DRM in the game. So I figured I just build a new beta and just remove that DRM, and that fixed the problem and no more warnings. But that also meant I had the version 7, which I built after the beta, now still available for all the beta testers, which wasn't a problem, but really removed all the point of me just building it on Tuesday, uploading it and not touching it, because on Friday I had to upload a new build. Luckily for me, the build was working, there was no issue with it, but it could have been a very messy thing if I was in the middle of adding stuff that wasn't really working. And so at least something to remember if I ever do this again like this, because in the end I'm not sure if it was worth all the time and effort. Like I said at the beginning and in previous videos, it's an experiment. I'm just trying out stuff, and no matter how many people tell you it's not a good idea, you have to try it out yourself because it might just work for you. So for this beta I had about 120 people in the channel, and I think I only talked to about 10 people who actually gave me some feedback. That's probably the downside of doing an open beta. I have no idea who everybody was, and most people just were there for the free game. So not a lot of feedback, but still the feedback I did get, there were some interesting things, and I'm going through them right now, and I'm going to check if I can change it or improve it or add it or remove it, depending on the feedback. But anyway, this beta is over, it's done. The next step, the next phase in this whole releasing a game is really building towards a very stable version that I can actually introduce to streamers and maybe some game sites. And my target is still end of May. That means I have about 3 weeks for a PC release. So as you can imagine, I'm a bit busy right now. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions or remarks or whatever, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, give it a thumbs up, because why not? You're here. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.